Alright, hey guys, we're going to be looking at how to play the song Oceans on lead electric. Okay, there are a couple real important guitar leads that you're really going to want to be able to pick out and play for this song. So we'll jump in and I'll show you what those are, and then I'll go ahead and play along with the song so that way you get some reference. So the first part is in the chorus. It sounds like this. Repeats that line. So I'll show you what I'm doing there. I'm just sliding kind of the same shape up and down the neck and then picking out the same strings to get that, that lead. So the shape starts with your first finger on the 8th fret of the D string. And then you're going to make a power chord shape using your ring finger on the 10th fret of the G. And then I add my pinky on the 10th fret of the high E string. And it just picks 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then slides up that same shape, and you're just going to slide it up and play that on the 15th and 17th fret. And then you slide it down to the 10th and 12th fret. And then on that last time that you pick it out, you slide your pinky up to the 13th fret. Alright, so that's the chorus part. This is going to sound best with some reverb on and your delay on. Fills up the space and makes this the guitar almost sound like a synthesizer. So that's the chorus part. The next part is the part that you play in the instrumental and the interlude. What you're going to do is you're going to make an A chord shape and then slide it up to the 10th fret. So the 10th fret of the D, G, and B strings. Okay, and then you're going to take your first finger and you're going to put it on the 8th fret of the B string. And then what you're going to do is you're going to play a picking pattern while alternating lifting your pinky on and off the B string. So it sounds like this. Something like that. So what I'm doing there is I'm picking the D strings, the D string, and then B and G, and back and forth on B and G. And then I'm lifting and adding my pinky. So, real slow, with your pinky on, and then lift your pinky off the next time you hit it, and then just add your pinky back on and hit the B string again. That same picking pattern, but now you change your shape to 10th fret of the D string, 9th fret of the G, and then 8th fret of the B, and then the same picking pattern. And then you slide up and do an A minor shape, so your A minor shape up here on the 12th and 11th fret. Okay, and then do that same thing, and then I would even play add your pinky on the 13th fret of the B string, and then slide back down. Like that. Okay, and so that's what you'll play in the interlude and instrumentals and that kind of thing. That's the big guitar part. So the first time you play that, you're not going to have that much distortion on it. But then the second time, so the first time you play it, you'll just leave the delay and reverb on. And then the second time you play it, you'll turn on one of your overdrives. The next part is the part that you play in verse 2. It's pretty simple. You're just going to take bar chord shapes and you're going to basically simplify what you're playing on the bar chord. So you start with a D minor bar chord shape up here on the 10th and 12th fret. If you don't know what a D minor bar chord shape is, basically you make an E minor chord, but then you use your ring finger and pinky, and then you slide up to the 12th fret, and then take your first finger and use it as a capo and bar it across the 10th fret. Okay, and that's a D minor chord. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pick the A, D, and G strings. But since I'm only picking those strings, I don't have to bar with my first finger. All I have to do is make sure that I'm pressing down the G on the 10th fret. And then slide up for C over E, and I just make a, on the 15, 14, and 12th fret. And then I make an E chord shape slid up to the 15th and 14th fret. Then I hold that E shape, slide it down to the 10th and 9th fret, and then slide it down 2 more frets. And then I repeat that. Alright, and so that's what I'm going to play for verse 2, and then I'm going to play the chorus again, play the interlude again, and then we go through our bridges. And we don't come in on lead electric until the last bridge. And for that last bridge, what you're doing is you're pretty much playing that same part you play for verse 2, except there's one chord that's different. Instead of going down to a B flat at the end of the chord progression, you go down to a G minor. So all that is going down to your D minor shape. So this is your D minor shape that you're picking, and doing that down here on the 5th and 3rd fret. So 5, 5, 3. Okay? And so that's what I'm going to play in bridge 1C. Those are all the parts that I'm going to be playing in this song. Hopefully, I'm going to go ahead and play along so that you get some reference, and then hopefully you can practice and learn how to play the lead parts for Oceans.
You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail, and there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. strong.